Hello candle lovers, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg and this is all Aboot candles. Happy Saturday everybody. I hope your weekends are all off to a great start. I have my Saturday candle haul for you this week and it is the Wizard of Oz collection from Goose Creek. Now I didn't get all of the candles, I got the 5 candles with the scent notes that appealed to me the most. I'm actually coming at you today from the past. I recorded this video last Saturday when I recorded my Bath & Body Works Christmas candle haul. I'm on vacation in Vancouver right now, but I wanted to make sure that I had some good videos to post while I was away. So let's get into these Wizard of Oz Goose Creek candles. I'm fairly impressed. First impressions on cold, I'm fairly impressed. I think they did a really cute job with all of the jars and labels. I'm fairly new to Goose Creek, so I'm kind of curious, did Goose Creek do this many sort of brand collaborations? I feel like there's been a new one coming out like almost every month since I've started buying from them. Like there's Betty Crocker, there's popsicles, there's Little Debbie cakes, there was Beetlejuice, and I think it's really interesting. I think that the amount that you're gonna be excited for these collections and the amount of sort of appreciation you have for them is gonna be tied directly to how much sort of nostalgic love that you have for the brand. You know what I mean? Like Little Debbie doesn't do it for me. Betty Crocker, I'm not a huge gourmand person. I do like some gourmands once in a while, but I'm not a huge gourmand person. So a lot of these collaboration candles that I've seen coming out recently haven't really been up my alley. But then we had the Beetlejuice collection, which I adored. And now we have the Wizard of Oz, which I think if I had to pick, gun to my head, I think Wizard of Oz is my favorite movie. Like, period. Maybe it would be a little bit of a tie. Maybe it would be a tie between The Wizard of Oz and The Sound of Music. For the most part, I have really bad taste in movies. Like, some of my favorite movies are like Sister Act and Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion. But when it comes to more classic movies, I think that my favorites are probably The Wizard of Oz and The Sound of Music. I mean, I must have watched The Wizard of Oz hundreds of times when I was a kid. I always really connected to the characters and the storytelling in The Wizard of Oz. Always been really connected to my dear Judy Garland, of course, baby. So yeah, I was really excited for this collection. And I just kind of want to point out that part of my excitement for these candles is probably because I love The Wizard of Oz so much. This is marketing at its finest, people. It's no coincidence that I thought the Beetlejuice candles were great, and I think these Wizard of Oz candles are gonna be great, but I couldn't really be bothered with like Betty Crocker and the popsicles and the Little Debbie and the Care Bears. What else have they done? The Care Bears, I think they had Scooby-Doo candles. You know, none of that stuff really appealed to me enough to even look at the scent notes online and give them a try. But Wizard of Oz, man, what a great story and what a great movie. This one is called Field of Poppies. I love this wraparound packaging. I think it's kind of weird that there is such a hard break in the scenery there. I think it would have been nice if they had maybe just sort of at least blended this line out a little bit, but I actually do like the concept of like they're going through the field of poppies. You've got the good witch over here and you got the wicked witch over here. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too. Anyways, Field of Poppies for me, the poppy field in the movie, I feel like that is the most like emotional part of the movie for me in a lot of ways, because basically Dorothy is like so close to the wizard, so close, and then she just falls asleep in the poppy field amongst all the poppies. And if it weren't for her friends, she wouldn't have been able to pull herself out of there. Oh, I get choked up just thinking about it, you guys. Anyhow, the scent notes on Field of Poppies are sugared poppies, red berries, sweet vanilla, and woods. And this is a fairly like straightforward, fruity floral. There is something that I'm not obsessed with in this fragrance. Overall, generally, I'd say that it's a nice fragrance, but there is something about that floral note that is leading towards a cleaning supply just a little bit for me. I think the poppy note is nice. I was worried that, like sugared poppies, I was worried that this was gonna be extremely sweet. I wouldn't say that it's an extremely sweet candle, although it is very top heavy. It actually reminds me quite a bit of like sort of a typical fruity floral body care fragrance from Bath and Body Works. This absolutely smells like Bath and Body Works would release it in like, you know, hydration cream and all that other stuff that they release. But I like it, but I'm not obsessed. I gotta be honest. I like it, but I'm not obsessed. I hope that it's a little bit different when it's burning. I hope there's a little bit of a sharpness to the floral that leans a little bit soapy. And I really hope that when this is burning, that note mellows out a little bit. But the bottom of this candle is really lovely. In the base, you have a really, really nice, like smooth vanilla. And it is actually quite nicely balanced. Like I said, there's just something about that floral poppy note on top that isn't completely rubbing me the right way, but it is also something that could be just something I'm picking up on cold. It could warm up quite a bit when I'm burning it, and I do hope it does. But yeah, it's basically a pretty nice, like fruity floral vanilla, right? Field of Poppies from Goose Creek. I think I like the jar more than I like the fragrance. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, but it's good. It's definitely not terrible by any means, that's for sure. Okay, this one is called Good Witch. Oh my goodness, that scene in the movie where Glinda shows up for the first time and sort of like rides on down in her like pink bubble. I was obsessed. I was obsessed. And so on all these Goose Creek candles, the wraparounds are different colors, but they're all the same pattern. And I see Toto, the lion, the scarecrow, and Dorothy. So it's our four or five happy protagonists on there. And yeah, I think that they chose a great photo for this. I think that the pink wraparound is really cute. I don't love that they have to put this like Warner Brothers Wizard of Oz situation here. I don't love that, but I can overlook it. So the scent notes on Good Witch are geranium, rose, tea leaves, and pink musk. And this is very floral. This is very rosy. This is very high-pitched and a little bit citrusy. Geranium for sure. I find that they can have like a touch of a sort of orangey or citrusy vibe to them, but I'd say that the geranium and rose, first and foremost, that's what you're getting from this candle. Very floral forward, very geranium rose. But the rose note is not, but it's not sort of like perfumey, okay? So that's, for me, I think that that's a positive. It's not like a perfumey floral. It's not like a dry potpourri type of rose. It's very fresh smelling. It's a very, very fresh, vibrant, wet, juicy rose and geranium floral mix. And I really like that. Can I say I pick up on tea leaves? Not really. Pink musk, I don't know what pink musk is, but there is definitely like a very, very musky note on the bottom here. And the muskiness on the bottom actually is a bit more perfumey than the floral note that's on top. And I wish that it was a little bit more nicely balanced. All you really get is like the top floral note and the base musk note. I wish there was something in the middle there. It says tea leaves. I do wish that there was something a little bit more herbaceous in the mid-range of this candle, just to sort of balance it out a bit more, but overall, I actually quite like it. I think that these candles are gonna have to wait until spring for the most part. So yeah, the Good Witch not bad at all. I'm not obsessed, but not bad. Now, these last 3 ones, I really, really do genuinely love these last 3 fragrances a lot. And Friends Forever. Oh, look at Dorothy and Toto. Oh, Friends Forever. So cute. I love this, I think, blue wraparound. I'm colorblind, folks. I think this is blue. Friends Forever smells really good. The scent notes on this one are whipped cream, sugared berries, sweet cream, and woods. I don't get a lot from these scent notes. I find these scent notes to be fairly misleading because this is like sort of a whipped sweet. It definitely is one of the more gourmand candles of this collection. In fact, I'd have to say categorically, this is a gourmand fragrance. But it's really just a very, very nicely done vanilla. It's a really gorgeous smelling vanilla candle. There is something a little bit berry about it. It says sugared berries, but it's not like a super duper sweet, granular, sugary berry note. It's actually quite smooth. The scent notes would lead me to believe that this candle is way sweeter than it actually is. Now, it is a fairly sweet vanilla candle, but not as sweet as I thought it would be after reading the scent notes. And the berry that I pick up on, it's not so much a berry. I feel like I pick up on a bit of cherry in this. Yeah, I really feel like I pick up on cherry in this, but whipped cream. Okay, so this candle really smells like whipped cream. I know we've had a lot of like whipped cream candles before, but if I were to repackage this candle as just a regular like Goose Creek candle, I would probably just call it vanilla whipped cream or whipped cream and vanilla. Like, it is just a really gorgeous, soft, fluffy vanilla candle. And I'm really excited to burn this. All of these candles have like white wax on them, so we didn't get any colored wax on these Goose Creek candles. And all of the wicks are basically identical. All of the wicks on these candles are fairly tall, fairly thick, ropey wicks, which is pretty typical of Goose Creek candles, right? But yeah, I think it would have been really nice if they had done colored wax. I think that a blue wax on this candle would have been gorgeous. And I think that a pink colored wax on the Good Witch would have been great. And I think that a green colored wax on the Witch's candle would have done well. So I do feel like that was a bit of a missed opportunity, but hey, if this is strong, this might be one of my new favorite vanilla candles, and I need to figure that out fast because I might want to order more. And the other one that I think I might want to order more of is I'll Get You, My Pretty. So obviously this is the Wicked Witch of the West, and she's like, you know, she's green, right? She's green with envy. There's a whole lore around Wizard of Oz and the witches and all that stuff, you know? And this one's my favorite fragrance of all of these. Go figure. Of course, my favorite is like the Wicked Witch of the West. I think this is the most interesting and most captivating fragrance out of these 5 candles that I got. By far, this is the one that I'm most intrigued by. The scent notes on it are wild lavender, black pepper, crushed cardamom, and oud. I was just saying in a review the other day that I have sort of discovered this love for like black pepper in fragrance that I wasn't completely aware of before. But yeah, lavender, black pepper, cardamom, and oud. This is so interesting, and I'm gonna have a bit of a hard time describing it. I definitely do pick up on cardamom, but it's quite sweet. The oud wood note in this isn't super funky or woodsy. It's kind of like a really creamy cardamom candle with a bit of like a peppery finish to it, and the top note is sort of a lavender. They say wild lavender. It is not a really high-pitched, like soapy or sharp lavender. This candle is extremely smooth. If I could only use one word to describe this candle, I'd say that it's smooth, even though a lot of these scent notes are not things that you would necessarily think would be a smooth fragrance, pepper, cardamom, but the middle of this candle, it's like that cardamom and oudiness, but once again, not like a sharp or granular sort of spice situation. It's just very, very smooth and well balanced and nice. Gosh, I wish I could think of a different candle or something that I could compare this to, but I can't. This is definitely like a new scent experience for me. Out of all of these Wizard of Oz candles, this is the one that to me is the most unique for sure. And if this one burns nice and has some good strength and throw, I'm gonna be repurchasing it. Like I said, I need to start burning these soon, even though they're so not seasonally appropriate. Actually, I feel like I could get away with Friends Forever and I'll Get You My Pretty, because I need to find out how they perform so that I can order more before they sell out. This might be my new obsession. I really love this one. I'll Get You My Pretty. Okay, last but not least, we have There's No Place Like Home. I really like this one too. This is, we got a picture of Dorothy's ruby slippers on there. I think they did a really good job of picking the photographs and making sure they came across very like clearly and in a very aesthetically pleasing way. And once again, we have like a wraparound that has the faces of Dorothy, Scarecrow, Tin Man, the lion, and yeah, all our favorite casts of characters. The scent notes on this one: vanilla petals, sweet almond, creamy tonka, and cashmere. These are a few of my favorite things. Speaking of Sound of Music, guys, you know, whenever I read a bunch of scent notes like that, I have to sing my favorite things. I mean, vanilla petals, sweet almond, creamy tonka, and cashmere. These scent notes are bang on. This is just a really, really lovely, smooth vanilla candle as well. However, this one has a little bit more of a floral vibe to it. It's a little bit sweeter. It's definitely not a gourmand. I'd say that the Friends Forever, this whipped cream candle, this is thoroughly a gourmand. I'd say that this one, the floral in this keeps it from being too gourmandy. However, there's absolutely a richness and a sweetness to the vanilla and the cashmere note. But it's so nicely balanced with that floral. It just says vanilla petals, so we don't get a specific floral. I would say maybe gardenia, like a white floral, like a very soft and smooth white floral note. Now, the almond note, I don't particularly pick up on. I don't actually think I would pick out almond if it wasn't listed on these scent notes, but there is something, I don't want to say nutty because that makes it sound like I'm contradicting myself. There is something a little bit, oh gosh, something a little bit like dry and crumbly almost in this. I don't know. I know that I really, really like it though. And what I really like about this candle is there is a pronounced tonka note. I feel like a lot of candles say that they have tonka in them when it's really just some sort of a vanilla variation. But in the base of this candle, I absolutely pick up on that tonka note. Yeah, I love this one too. So in conclusion, guys, the big standouts for me, There's No Place Like Home, I'll Get You My Pretty, and Friends Forever. And these two are bigger question marks for me. The Good Witch and the Field of Poppies. I feel like these might be the two most like popular that sell out the quickest. So I'm hoping that's kind of the case so that if I do want to repurchase these other three, they might still be hanging around for me to do it in a couple of weeks. Yeah, Field of Poppies and Good Witch are question marks to me. These will definitely have to be burned before I can pass judgment. But these last three are just really kind of lovely, sort of smooth vanilla candles. And you know I'm a hoe for vanilla. I actually can't decide which one I like the most. I think if I had to pick, it's I'll Get You My Pretty, for sure. I think this is the standout for me. It's the most unique. It's the most interesting by far. But man, these other two are just absolutely lovely vanillas. I'll be really interested to see, unless these have no strength or throw, or if the fragrance changes drastically when I burn them, I think those are gonna be repurchases for me. Oh God, don't you hate it when you already start thinking about a repurchase before you've even burned the candle? I need to slow my roll. Anyways, that's all I have for you folks today. Oh, I can't stop smelling them. So good. I'm excited to dig into these shortly. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be back tomorrow with my weekly wax wrap up. You can follow me on Instagram at allabootcandles and email me at allabootcandles@gmail.com. And hey, if you could give this video a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, that would really mean the world to me. And until next time, my dear candle-loving friends, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Thanks, folks. Bye now.